Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Parzival, OCD in Kingdom 563. This guy is actually really cool. So we had peace, and he took Kingdom 91, and I did something that I think is maybe a little bit janky, but to my defense, I did ask him for permission, and he's like, yeah, go for it. So I think I broke the peace agreement, but I did it with permission, something like that. I didn't think he really gave a duck, and I'm going to show you exactly why. Mostly because he knew I couldn't reset him, at least definitely not easily. And yeah, here's the proof. So as you may have seen in the title of this video, and I think I'm going to title it something like, Can T12 Kill T13? Or something clickbait like T12 smashes T13, something like this. It's basically a lie. And yeah, I just want to show you guys exactly what happens, because I have to be honest with you. I was kind of curious. And I didn't necessarily want to test this against somebody that, well, let's be honest, who would teabag me. So yeah, this was the first time that I've actually had a very interesting match that I thought, let's respectfully die. And I did record the rally. No, you won't see it. Why? Well, whatever. Up to me. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to go over battle details. And I'm not going to show you everything. I'm going to leave some to your imagination. But I'm going to show you the pieces that I think are interesting and maybe helpful to you. That's actually why I'm doing this. I did this for science. And so you can laugh, I can cry about the dead troops. But we can start off with these numbers, though. I mean, so they only had one guy with T13. So, okay, one guy with T13 backed up by a whole bunch of T12s. Now, the only thing that he didn't have in his rally that he could have done better is 50% infantry. Almost nobody gets this right. I tried to get our team to do like 50% infantry, and the most I could get was like 1.2 million, which isn't 50% infantry. So yeah, we just kind of rolled with it. But I think with two changes, we could have actually cleared him. And I'll show you why. So one of the changes would have been 50% infantry. If we would have been like absolutely on point for this, this would have been the first thing. The second thing is, and I'll show you this right now, so you guys can see those numbers of death. I think he lost, his team combined was like 311 million, and we lost like 350 million in power. You guys can enjoy that. Okay, so here we come to the part that I think is interesting. No, not KvK spam. Why did they ever include that? So, heroes. His Brutus, 3 stars. My Brutus, 4 stars. And you can see how much damage was dealt. I think if my heroes would have been 5-star or higher, and we would have had 50% infantry, I think that we would have cleared him. It'd have been just barely, because we were off by 200,000. So that was the end amount of troop difference and deaths that, you know, basically if we had another 200,000 surviving, or we would have killed another 200,000, we would have won. And 200,000 on a rally of 3.1 million or something like that isn't that big of a deal when there are some small tweaks. Now, I say there's 2 things that we could have done, but there's also the potential for 1 thing that I could have done. So my bow attack is it's like 8,500. I don't really like talking stats, but it's 8,500. I thought his bow attack was 7,800. So when I saw his bow attack in a battle report, because I kind of had an idea of what was going into this, it was 7,800. And Excuse me, I have to yawn. Yeah, 4 a.m. will do that to you. But at least there's no jets. So we don't have King of Avalon's private jets flying over my dwelling obnoxiously today. So people were joking with me about that. They were like, "Hey, did Koa buy a private jet just to fly it over your condo?" Yeah. So the other thing that I think that we could have done, bottom line, is if I'd have 9.2k bow attack stats, I think that that would do it too. So 9.2k bow attack stats versus 8,000 with T13, I think would win. So that would be like the difference that you'd need to have in order to overcome that. These are just ballpark numbers, whatever, everything is relative. But these heroes, I think bumping them up to 5 stars would have done it. And Brutus is just a killer. I mean, as you see here, Undying Glory, he's just Murder Inc. Undying Oath? My Undying Oath is bonus research are added to the corresponding. So, yeah, I guess my Undying Oath is less. That's not a good thing. So I might need to boost that too. I don't actually know what that means. Like, come on. We all know, Fluffy. Anyway, so I'm just going to show the rest of the numbers just so you guys can see, what's going on. If anybody wants to actually like pause on the numbers, hey, it's entirely your choice. So you can see here that his Fang Marauders and Icy Charge, yeah. Now, when you talk about tier mismatches, tier mismatches happens when they have something that you don't have. And in this case, he had T13s and I don't have them. In my case, I had T11s and T9 Bowman. And I can assure you, if I had to swap those places, I think I would go with the T13 side of this, because as you see, they really put the work in. I mean, yeah, that's like 2-to-1 there. Compared to us, okay, we're at like a 1-to-1 ratio on the death throwers. I mean, okay, that's better than a kick in the pants, but our T12s, they didn't exactly, yeah, they weren't even 1-to-1. So the death throwers were the ones that were really putting in the most work. I mean, let's go look at those real quick. God, stop the spam. Idiots. Yeah, the death throwers were over a 1-to-1 ratio. So it looks like we could have actually sent more death throwers, and that probably would have been to our advantage. Yeah, so we probably should have sent more death throwers. But yeah, and the demon chargers, I don't know what's up with them. I'm like, they went splatty cakes and died. They died. Anyway, so hopefully you guys are like learning from this. This is kind of like a troop formations tutorial thingy. Not sure exactly. But then you can see, his other troops, his T12s. Yeah. It looks like did we clear out the crushers? So in terms of troops surviving, his T13 spearmen lived. And that's kind of curious because death order is normally top down, I think. Or is it bottom up? I don't know, whatever. But anyway, it looks like his T12s went splatty cakes. Remaining troops, all 0. So if I would have followed this up with just a solo hit, no, I would have died, because he still had infantry. So I would have had to go through 167k of those T13 infantry, and a lot of other things that I probably wouldn't want to face, plus stats. So yeah, if I would have followed this up instantly, yeah, it wouldn't have been good for me. But anyway, I'm just letting you guys see, what's the result of this. Because how often is it that you get a match that's like T12 versus T13 that is actually even this close? It normally isn't even this close. Yeah, normally it's just like pure death. Yeah, so in the end, it was 900,000 death for us, 900,000 wounded, And on his side, it was like 700,000 death and 900,000 wounded, something like that. And we were both like 1.3 size rallies, whatever, something like this. Exact numbers doesn't matter. We're just doing janky math here. So there you go. This is hopefully the shout out to these guys for, I don't know, quite frankly, just being cool. And yeah, so hopefully a learning lesson. Don't hit T13s if you're only T12. That's the first part of the lesson. And if you are going to do it for science, make sure that your stats are definitely a lot better than what I did. Because I tell you that in terms of the green on my stats compared to his, it was like only bow attack. Only bow attack. And the outcome was this. So it was bow attack in these heroes. Anyway, love you guys. Thanks for humoring me on this janky video. I did want to cover this a little bit, mostly because I just wanted to shout out these guys for just saying thanks. You know, they were really cool about it. And yeah, you guys get to laugh at me. So, am I playing this game? No, not really. No, it's KvK, Algaris, and Attire. I'll go dick around a little bit. But nothing serious. So, anyway, that's it. That's all. All right, love you guys. Bye-bye for now.